na edie ngina so no mugina so edie procedure ekwan be na yefa so ehun se sa asemesi we ni ede koma no because ye no tia se yi ye nim ekura a omoto gold no omoji gold na maye petrol no ye nim nipa ku a omo egi gold na maye petrol no ye nim company no ye nim se nipa o se ye nim se eye kuro inti MDC for busa se gold no mo se mo de ko $100 million enso petrol ba ye no enye $100 million gold ni ede ko ye no na emoma ne kura nya problem ade na gold no amode ko ye na petrol ba no petrol no bo okoso if you say petrol no bo no e koso that it means say petrol no amode ba no it means say mo to no eye amansan bo pepepe enti ade tin ye tam gold da koto petrol na also tia say John Jinapo say busa say sa company na mo say ye di gold di komo mo petrol sa company no ento gold no then a chrese nipa bi ese mfinfia ono mom na agi gold no age eye petrol no di amaye. And this is very dangerous. So it is looking more like a man for be a use conduit be and I say a use some nipa bi mfinfin eye gold business the Ghana gold no na eye business and the petrol fia bi ebreye and na Dormaahene ka say ye nyina ye gold na ye den ye tam gold kwa ye ni bebi po ye de ko na oil na ye de ba no ehu gold na ye de kwa na hwan na agi gold no na also oti ase say eba transactions it should be transparent. We should know the supplier and the receiver, the end person orgy. Now it is looking like NPP for fa kuti kwans bisu the gold bi ko baby de sebio oil tantan bi breye. Enti NDC for say we die e wose de ba parliament na ye frɛ energy ministry ye frɛ omobudi anim edi sa se woni sa monchire ye mu yem bi ebiem efri say ye de gold ne ye de ko ya ye se ejapa ASɛM bi egudie no na omopese obotam no mkoton enti abogina poka na ASɛM nyina wie no na deputy energy minister ejapa mesa enso ba se obeyi ano moma yentie ejapa mesa enso na ASɛM.
We're currently bankrupt and burdened with a national debt we are simply unable to pay. You may have learned over the past weeks that the Ghanaian government has defaulted on servicing of both external and domestic debt. There's currently a huge uproar over a controversial debt restructuring program that which the middle class of Ghana could be wiped out if plans to have them forfeit proceeds of government bonds on which they rely for investment and sustenance are followed through. In absolute terms, up to about 6 million people could be deprived of their life savings and investments. Ghana's banking and financial sector could also be under threat of insolvency if no suitable adjustments are made to the debt restructuring plan. Our present economic situation, underscored by our bankrupt status, sharply contrasts with our fortunes over a little over a decade ago. At the time, our economy posted some of the highest growth rates in the world, with a robust and fast-growing non-oil sector. Too many of our economic indicators today are pointing south. We have in the last month entered the hyperinflation era with an inflation rate of 54%. Our currency has in the past few months been counted amongst the worst performing in the world, plummeting by as much as 54% in value within the first 10 months of 2022. Widening budget deficits have characterized economic performance since 2018.
All right, welcome back to the show. You have about 10 minutes. Enka a year. Oil for gold, gold for oil. One ASɛM. As ASɛM way, Dormaahene Kano and Raichi say we need to take this matter to Parliament because it is looking like it's very, very sketchy. You see gold and you have oil. Ubusa questions now. Ubi ambassador Obama will answer. Now and then I could do that point. I who say gold for oil no a scam. Now before I start the editorial, I just want to do this. Time I call breaking, I was on my phone and I was trying to check some few things. In fact, I don't know these people, but Mihubibi said the husband of Yellow Sisi Wachino, Obana Oye Wachino Nukuno, has actually come out to apologize for the food poisoning. Minimum, I have not seen them before. I don't even know where the Yellow Sisi Wache is. But genuinely, I think say the FDA should help them, meet them halfway. If they have to do some investigations into what actually came about, Emma, if they are food poisoning, for all you know, there might be one ingredient they did not even check, and you never know. Anything can turn into poison. It depends how you monitor what you're doing. So I think Emrano Enye Juma, the FDA should actually comply with them and try to, solve this problem. I'm not sure, say, Obiawaye Driania for all these years will one day come and say, I want to poison people. So we also, at the end of the day, people make mistakes, and we need to find ways to help them out. In fact, I felt so bad. It could happen to anybody whose wives or whose family depends on this. For the man to apologize publicly, I know, say, and this could be the end of their business. So I will suggest to say, if there are other means, the FDA can meet them halfway and make sure, say, the processes from today, they follow it very well. And the confidence of the people should be brought back by FDA. So Airboa and Comfort to let them know, say maybe Yellow CC has gone through the investigations and things have been done right, and people should have faith in going there to buy food. And Yellow CC too will learn from her lessons. I'm just pleading. If anybody is watching, they are in positions to help her. They should try and help. I don't think they deliberately decided that they want to poison people. They are also helping people by cooking for people to also eat. Say, Obi Timia, I really feel bad about this. I really, really feel bad for these people. I don't know what really caused it, but if the FDA can help them, meet them halfway for them to at least get to the bottom of this and solve this problem, I'll be happy for the family. And from the husband, now apology, I also want to say, in fact, it wasn't deliberate. Say, if be a mistake with the back, they have genuinely apologized, and I think, say, along the way, things should be done better. And so I'm pleading with people, minimum. But I'm putting my platform on the line to plead, and people should accept their apology. So far, I've not heard so it might be a glitch, and I hope that the FDA will help meet them halfway to correct things. Yellow CC, I'm praying for you. I don't know you, but my bumpire said this never happens to you or happen to anybody. This is a very difficult time financially. If small mistake binti, you lose your business. It's very difficult for anybody to survive during this moment. So I pray, say, this matter, the FDA will really help solve it. Now, Mama editorial about 10 minutes. So, gold for oil issue, it is looking clearly, say, the NPP, my idea of what they are doing. Now, Mamimientie a year a Japamesa, or ye NPP, a near or energy minister, or my Omokasa or Joy News, or some John Abujinapo. Now, first, John Abujinapo argument about this gold for oil. Remember, John Mahama has raised the issue. So Parliament needs to scrutinize, thoroughly check the process, because it is looking very dark. You shut down who transaction they are saying say gold for oil, gold for oil. They are gold to the court. Andra, I played an audio and I said a video from the Bank of Ghana governor, or say about $100 million worth of gold in the Atamadeko. How? We need to know the process. Is it actually going to a company, going to a country? How are the transactions? The amount of gold we have supplied to take the oil we have today, is it worth it? Is the gold more than what we are expecting in oil? These are things, because we need to do business and make profit. We cannot say every day, time gold, we don't know the end receiver. So I am saying, the gold for oil deal, a MPP for idea, but we will get to that stage. I want us to listen to John Abujinapo of the NDC side caucus, who is into energy. He knows more about transactions when it comes to energy, when it comes to oil transactions. He speaks for the NDC. Currently energy minister deputy. Also, excuse and I said the argument stand why the government today is taking gold, raw gold, to go exchange for oil. Now, Yente Abu Jinapo, John first, and Sana Itie Ejapamesa, who is the deputy finance energy minister.
Rightly stated. Fuel prices in Ghana is largely determined by your exchange rate and the world market price. Ghana does not necessarily control these two determinants. And so when the world market price increases, it will surely be a pass-through. And when your currency continues to weaken, as we are witnessing, what it means is that you require more cedis to buy the same amount of dollars. So even when prices on the world market do not increase, but you are unable to manage your currency domestically, what it means is that you are going to see a huge increase in the price of fuel. That is why we caution government not to be overly optimistic about this so-called gold for oil deal. Because based on the letter that I have here from PMMC, they would buy the gold at competitive price. Nobody buys gold at competitive price and go to sell below or above the price. Because if the price is higher, then the one buying your gold is as good as going to any other market to buy that same gold at a lower price. Secondly, nobody, as we have seen from this 41,000 metric tons of diesel, would sell fuel to you at a discount. Indeed, if you look at the price on Platts vis-a-vis the price that we are hearing from government, clearly that fuel was bought at a premium. But as the evidence points to, and we are all witnessing today, is that this gold for oil deal, so far as we speak, has not impacted positively on the price of oil. Indeed, on the contrary, the currency that we were told that this gold was strengthened, this program was strengthened, the currency appears to be weakening. And as has been rightly pointed there, on the market, the currency has depreciated by 10%, even after the implementation of this so-called gold for oil program. Because if you talk to the Chamber for Bullion Traders of Ghana, and they export our gold from the small scale and artisanal sector, they are required to repatriate 80% of their forex to Ghana within 30 days. And so if PMMC decides that, look, we will not allow you to export that gold, in economics, there's something called an opportunity cost.
Okay.
It means that forex that they would have been bringing in would no longer come. So you are simply cutting your nose, is it to spite your face? So the net effect is that, look, you are not getting any extra dollars. You are not getting any extra forex. And so I knew right from day one that this so-called gold for oil program will not impact our forex cover, will not significantly reduce the cost of fuel, and that the mantra that government was going to get some cheaper oil from somewhere is not true. And so, fortunately, the chamber has petitioned Parliament through the Speaker. I've seen a copy of that petition. At least there's a first pass. So there are some key questions that ought to be answered. Okay. What quantities of gold did we buy? Price. Who did we exchange that gold for oil with? Because they told us it's a barter. From the documents I have seen, it does appear that it is Letasco that brought in the oil. Letasco, to the best of my knowledge, does not trade in gold. So clearly there's an intermediary. Anytime you bring intermediaries in this value chain, it escalates the value chain cost, and that is passed on to the consumer. At what price did we buy this oil? What was the selection criteria? Who are the people we are delivering the oil to in terms of selling? What is the selection criteria? And so there are so many questions that ought to be answered. In fact, I have a document here from the Precious Minerals Mining Company. The company tasked to procure this gold. They tried to engage in a similar venture, and as we speak, their debt has increased from 30 million to 65 million. From 30 million in 2017.
Is that cedis or dollars?
Cedis.
So the Abujinapo, some John Ekenyina said, gold for oil business ya Ghana yi. From the beginning, Abujinapo said Ghana for NPP buying catch say gold for oil business ya di gold chenchenche ekoji oil no. Na beboa ema yesika semu ashekina, especially about dollars na ye ni bi wo hwa. Nti yewo bibia yebetumi di asesa dollar ade akoji oil na eno no eboa ema dollar kakra na wo ho no enya hoden ma enye bi ka ho kakra kakra. Now, the main reason here aban we can say obey gold for oil or tam gold and not oil aba. You can say oil petrol edi abano. Now, I get senior surrender and the petrol ye sat on about 15 Ghana. Into some John Abujnapo, busa aban we say. Sa bataya body buy ya your friend gold for oil no. Ni adwin say mudi gold ni kono oil change ba e ma sebio ya beto petrol fo. Ade chen ya petrol ni bo no kra e kosoro chen time na enye gold for oil no. Enti John Abujinapo wo NDC busa aban we say. Ayes asem ne mu ya hwenam kakra. Na de e ma na adwi mu krampo no eye ne tentan ne say. Gold na ye de kono. Aban we ntumi nkyire ye nipa ye de gold ne koma no the final consumer no aban no ntumi nkyire ye. Emom okrata bi de nanim e kire se company bi na e de oil no anase petrol ne ma Ghana egi gold no na ne hwehwe mu kire se company no omo nto gold. Enti Abujinapo busa se now a day criteria dey no bugina so omo koyi sa company na omo so de gold no koma no ba ono so nkire mu no enhwehwe mu no company no ento gold. Na a day ngina so no mugina so a day procedure e kwan be na ye fa so ehun se sa asemesi we ni ye de koma no because ye no tia se yi yenim ekura omoto gold no omoji gold na maye petrol no yenim nipa ku a omo egi gold na maye petrol no yenim company no yenim se nipa o se yenim se eyekuro inti MDC for busa se gold no mosimo de ko $100 million enso petrol ba ye no enye $100 million gold ne de ko ye no na emoma no kura nya problem ade na gold no amode ko ye na petrol ba no petrol no bo koso if you say petrol no bo no e koso that it means say petrol no amode ba no it means say motor no eye amansan bo pepepe enti ade tin ye tam gold da koto petrol na e also tia say John Jinapo say busa say sa company na mo say ye di gold di komo mo oil petrol sa company no ento gold no then a chrese nipa bi ese mfinfia ono mom na agi gold no age eye petrol no di amaye. And this is very dangerous. So it is looking more like a man for be a use conduit be and I say a use some nipa bi wo mfinfin eye gold business the Ghana gold no na eye business and the petrol fia bi ebreye and na Dormaahene ka say ye nyina ye gold na ye den ye tam gold kwa ye ni bebi po ye de ko na oil na ye de ba no ehu gold na ye de kwa na hwan na agi gold no na also tiase say eba transactions it should be transparent. We should know the supplier and the receiver, the end person orgy. Now it is looking like NPP for faculty kwans bisu the gold bi ko baby de sebio oil tantan bi breye. Enti NDC for say we die e wose de ba parliament na ye frɛ energy ministry ye frɛ omobudi anim edi sa se we nsa monkyire ye mu yem bi ebiem efri say ye ne gold ne ye de ko ya ye se ejapa ASƐM bi egudie no na omopese obotam no mkoton enti Abujinapo kan na ASɛM nyina wie no na deputy energy minister ejapa besa enso ba se obeyi ano moma yentie ejapa mesa enso na ASɛM.
It's my imagination.
I want us to have a better understanding of this. That's why these questions matter, because the questions about how many ounces of gold were we exchanging for a barrel of oil, for example, that's a legitimate question, right?
I don't think so at all, because gold has a price, okay, and petroleum products have a price, and so if parties have agreed to do an exchange, it will be the value of whatever gold at the time of the exchange and whatever price that would give you in commensurate terms in terms of petroleum products. Yes, I agree that this first run, okay, was paid for by actual dollar, because Letasco, which then is a participant in the program that brought the test commodity, took its payment in cash. Yes. But there are other entities that have signed on to the program that are willing and able to take gold as a swap for the petroleum products that they would ship into Ghana, and that's exactly what is going.
So utie ejapa besa asem ono so kana o say gold obo e wo wiase afa na nyina oil so obo nti ohun problem bi na gold ya na nsen ye se de koye ekoji oil de DrBawumia kan ho asem me bo video kirewa Bank of Ghana governor. In fact, where's that video? Bank of Ghana governor me born video Andrea Chiremo say na oka say ye the gold 100 million worth of gold akoje oil no. Ejapa mesa oye energy ministry deputy energy minister no say first oil year buy ye. In fact Ghana for gold na kotoye. Ye the sika gigire English American dollar and ye de koto ye petrol ne buy. Yet to Chroma Bank of Ghana catcher say first tranche here about oil over 100 million worth of gold oil abbey. And your gold fit the coy. A Japan saw your energy minister deputy no or say ya for gold and it's our gold now almost over the coin no $100 million no gold no and now poswana and now the Dani Sika. And I say the gold no could do baby cost the sun is sika near the cotton oil no because a Japan say sa company now say nipa tutu and I say a krona omuma sa petrol we no oma anji gold omu jisika. It's a question and I say sa gold near tam free Ghana hano and nam posun yes san sika and I say you could be close near cost san bala bala and the koji oil ne bayana. It's very critical question. Sa fe mo hudi omo ye na mama yamba back to base yembre fira mi che bibi mu nchira before I call break 2022. Me catch them say gold for oil way e za. Na za ni nyina ne say mo amohwe me no answer na obetam gold akoton no abrochire Europe America obetam diamond akoton no Europe America Asia no the international standards no chere say e wo say wo chere baby a gold ni free. In fact documentation wo say chere asase a wotu no so nipa dodo obutu gold no baby a woko register gold no ansa na wo de ba wa aban mu abeton e wa brochire sa nyoma we start time and eye Sierra Leone diamond peel ho na enkofo bi hye eye mine ne chi etototo ntuo ma enkofo edi bonkofo to eyusu nkwara edi diamond no abrofo no hu say the moment a oman shemra ebe kire say a recognized established company is mining the diamond no what is going to happen is people are going to suppress young people, slave trade, child labor. Now, mama, nkwara ko gu insuom ene mboase akonti abrofo set standard bi to us answer the better diamond free Africa biano. E o see who say company na a two gold with a legit. Nipa mutu no omo nkwara company no or a legitimate way na otimi refinance a good die no answer na omo agiatum. Now, adikudie ntia eye NPP for we the gold for oil ne buy no say omu nyina ya galamsey Frimpong Boateng AKUFO ADDO Oforiata Kojo Ponkroma Chema Untumi NPP big shot eko ewusum nyina ya galamsey obia o gold wo fie. Now it's so difficult to sell gold as an individual because on international markets if you want to sell bulk gold they do a lot of scrutiny and thorough checks before they buy your gold. Inti also who say untumi to gold adakamba e Ghana ensare enfambo which is me ko America koton it will never work. They will not buy it because you need to start with documentation to show self from day one out to gold we no na akwara bia into enye child labor we nku nipa o company legit. Do you have the right to mine enye galamsey gold ombe class anyoma we nyina sa be fa PMMC and sana babrochire. Now NPP for we omo ye galamsey no now sika no eguom dem gold ni sisi omo muntu infanfo plane nko and omo so omo hu sibi omo ton. So they came up with something called gold for oil. In this year, Bank of Ghana suddenly came out and says, "Yeah, better to gold." PMMC for better to gold. Now it was a screen. We will say it was a small screen. Now what they did, and they say NPP for omo to galamsey or Ghana assassin omo nyina monfa gold nembra in the name of we are selling our gold. Into the Omen said they want to wash the gold into real money because at this point, atete aka omoso gold na bo omoso omo say asasine wie na sika no omo hu di omo fanye. Into what they did and say yeah they use Bank of Ghana and use PMMC and say the gold has been sanctioned into Ghana buy to. Now Ghana buy to gold ni nyina wie. What now they need is Bank of Ghana niska. Chairman want to be the gold aba. Frimpong Boateng gold aba, Kojo Ponkroma gold aba, NPP AKUFO ADDO eko wusi, Charles Bisum nyina dom gold aba. Now Bank of Ghana need dollars wo. Or the toss a gold way. Into Bank of Ghana say okay, a binding for policy bin branca say gold for oil. Now this is how it's going to work. Ya beka che Ghana for say ye tam gold fite di akwa abruchire akwaje oil aba. Now this is where the trick comes in. Omo tam omo ankasa gold no ma cost $1. Now what they will do is say they turn themselves into middlemen. So it's a gold, $100 million. They will sell the gold to Omunipana Omo oil as $80 million. Now some ton gold $80 million in cash. Now omuti omusika no the $40 million at oil. So you see, say the money, the last receiver, there's something in the middle there that we are not seeing. So they'll basically take our raw gold, wash it on the way. So they have people they are dealing with in the middle, washing the gold into raw dollar. Now, almost at gold, higher price, no mas at your share, no mas at this oil fina bre. And this is what they are doing to you people right now. You see, when you see clearly, say first consignment way, you tear gold is saying on Tuminka or say it wasn't in gold, it was in cash because they melted the gold and changed it into cash. Dollar because of such a amount to be study sikano, ya study breach amount to me more. Into sad dollar sad gold in the middle of the sea, there's a transaction. It needs to turn into money. And then when they get their money and take their gold money out, the rest is what they negotiate to buy that cheap oil. Now, if you're the say gold for oil. In the say the parliament, these people are diabolic. NPP never again in your lives, Ghana for me, I catch them. So they are playing with your natural resource. Almost say Monsasi, gold na bomoso, almost sad the Mwankasa aton gold no. Now, Anka anyone was say at this juncture, the Bank of Ghana has $100 million worth in gold. Sika send here to revive Tor. Just ask yourself, as an economist, as a young Ghanaian, how much do we need? We need less than $500 million to revive $500 million to revive Tor. Bank of Ghana Governor Soka will say we have more gold. So that means we can give ourselves just 6 months, push or pump $200 million into what? Into Tor. Within 3 months, Tor is effectively running. Ghana, you 2 oil. We start to refine our own oil. At least, and you anticipate if we are not going to get full oil to supply the whole nation, 60% will be taken care of by us. We can now go and look for 40% by paying PCs, negotiating. Why should we ignore Tor and the AKUFO ADDO, take raw gold, and then in the middle of transaction, it turns into cash? Cash for gold, gold for oil is a scam. Maybe I am a messenger. And the best thing I do is to break it down for you to understand. I've done everything as a young man, as a young Ghanaian. I have done everything. And I compliment my team. I compliment every single individual on LoudSilence TV. So I give them lots and lots of respect. The education, the breakdown of issues, the insult and all that coming, they have decided to speak truth to change Mother Ghana. I'm not that old. I don't know everything on this earth, but at least I apply common sense in everything that I do. Ghana for Amoshemi, it is time to change the NPP. Vote against the NPP. The NDC can recalibrate the system. They are not angels, but when we compare these two, John Dramani Mahama and the NDC have proven beyond reasonable doubt that they are the people to lead. A share or problem mentally, and now you go back and say NPP BM, what they will do to you, you'll be shocked. These people, the president, they will turn you people, they will make you slaves in your own home.